share my screen so that you can see what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right. So this is Roll20, the website we'll be using. It's completely free, but it's awesome. You'll be able to see your guys's tokens. You'll be able to see your health, all this kind of stuff. It's very nice. It's kind of what it looks like.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome. It's a lot
yeah.
different. I haven't played D&D in years, and we didn't have all this. It was
Uh,
all paper and pen.
I was gonna ask, have you ever played before? What's the last edition you played?
I honestly don't know. But my buddy Robbie was the DM, and he would always come with a good storyline, a good adventure, and we would meet up at a Starbucks somewhere and sit down and do it. So it's been a long time, man. It's been at least 7, 8 years. So I don't know what edition he was playing.
It's totally fine.
So
Uh,
I'm a total noob.
no, that's fine because you're not the only one that is. So essentially we're gonna be doing a one shot. Um, we'll have James on there. We'll have yeah, I think you said Taylor and Logan will be the other two players.
Okay.
And they're all pretty new. So good thing is I handle new players all of the time. Um,
That is good.
yeah, I actually, if you know Archeowolf from TikTok,
Uh,
um,
I
or
might have
Captain
seen him.
Dadpool.
Captain Deadpool sounds familiar.
Yeah, Captain Dadpool. I actually got him into a game, and Archeowolf. I've gotten a couple other TikTokers in on it too, but you guys are my two biggest ones. I'll say that. You know,
That is
so
awesome.
so here's what we're gonna do. Um, we're not gonna worry about the name or anything yet, but this is how easy it is to build a character with this site. Simply clicking and going. So for race, what do you want to be? I have options on top of options. You're not able to see the drop down arrow because Discord's weird like that. I know. Um, but what kind of tickles your fancy? There's Azamar, which is like a
Is there a dark elf?
celestial. Yes, there is
I
a
will take a
drow.
dark elf. Yep, drow.
Yeah, let me find where it's at. Half elf, half drow elf. Weird. I didn't know I had one of those. Cool. Uh, yeah, I have so much stuff that I find stuff, new stuff all of the time.
That's what's so fun about D&D is because it's so in depth.
For sure, for sure. A buddy of mine, he went through some luck. He came into a whole lot of money, and he's like, "Hey, I want to give you a gift. What's your login information for Roll20?" He logged in, changed the card to his, and then he went to the marketplace and he just bought it.
Oh, that's
He
awesome.
bought everything there. Uh, it was an emotional time. I'll say that.
I bet.
Because I wasn't expecting that, and he has never been able to do that. It was a wonderful thing.
It is.
So
It's absolutely wonderful when people are generous.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he just felt so good that because he's never been able to be that generous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he actually uses my Roll22. So it's not like, it was just for me. We all work under this account to have that access. So
That's
we get
awesome.
our money's worth out of it. So anyway, so yeah, drow, so be aware of a couple things about drow. Um you get superior dark vision, which means you can see in dark 120 feet rather than 60 feet. Dark vision, the way it works in 5th edition, the edition we're going to be playing, is if you're in complete darkness, you can see shades of gray. Think Daredevil.
Okay.
You can't exactly make out like colors or anything like that, but you can see a whole lot better than like a human in complete darkness who sees absolute nothing. So,
Okay.
sunlight sensitivity. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and perception checks that rely on sight when the target of your attack or whatever you're trying to perceive is in direct sunlight. Be aware of
Okay.
that. Drow magic. You know the spell Dancing Lights. Essentially what that is you can cast 4 little globs of dim light, and you can control those 4 little globs however you want. It even says in the spell, like, you can make it look like a person almost and try to trick people that way. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
You can cast Fairy Fire spell once a day. Fairy Fire, everybody within the certain range of the spell has to make a saving throw. If they fail the saving throw, you have advantage to hit them, and if they're invisible, you can still see them. Basically, you throw
Oh,
glitter dust everywhere.
perfect.
So I didn't think about that until just now, how perfect that is.
I
Uh,
like it.
we made James's character last night, and I named it for him. You're welcome. It is named Glitterous Daticus.
I love it.
Let's see. Also, you don't need to sleep. You go to a trance 4 hours a day.
Awesome.
That's so that's a little extra thing you get. Also, you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic cannot put you to sleep. So,
Awesome. I like it.
nifty little things. Let's and how this is gonna work. We're gonna build your level 1 character, and then we'll level them up to 6 all at once.
Okay.
It's the easiest way to do this. What do you want to be? Barbarian, bard, cleric, druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, warlock. He is a wizard.
Um, what is a cleric? Is a cleric a healing type? Like, I haven't played in
Cleric
a
can
while.
be. Cleric absolutely can be, but it can also be the friggin' powerhouse.
Well, then I
It
think
all
we picked.
depends
I think
on.
we picked my class.
Yeah. It can do a lot for sure.
Okay.
Depending on what type of cleric you want to be. So let's do this. For being a cleric, you get to choose between these skill proficiencies: history, insight, medicine, persuasion, or religion. Now, these are things that you're going to be, you can do all of them, but which ones do you want to be really good at?
What were they again? I heard
His,
history.
history, insight, which is like, can I get a read on this person's vibes? A vibe
Okay.
check, if you will.
Okay.
Medicine, self explanatory, persuasion,
Hmm.
self explanatory, and religion.
I think insight. I want to get a
All right.
vibe check on people.
All right. And then you get one more: history, medicine, persuasion, religion.
Persuasion.
Got it. Also, his charisma is 9. So, yeah. He's not going to be the face of the group. I'll say that. Now we'll choose the domain. There is a couple of different options. I'll keep it easy for you.
Okay.
Grave domain. Do you want to make sure nobody dies ever? That guy. War domain. Do you want to be a frontline badass that can also heal? That one. Trickery domain. Do I need to explain that?
No.
I mean, Life Domain, Super Ultra Healer of Amazingness. There's a couple others, but that's the simple one.
Oh, I'm torn. I'm torn between the first one there, the grave domain, and the
Mm-hmm.
trickery. Because I've always played. Anytime we've role played anything, I'm very chaotic neutral or chaotic.
So,
I don't know.
Grave Domain can be very chaotic neutral. Gods of the Grave watch over the line between life and death. To these deities, death and afterlife are a foundational part of the multiverse. To
All
desecrate
right,
the peace of the dead is an abomination. That's the kind
we'll go.
of.
Let's go with grave. I like it.
Alrighty. Grave Domain. So you get a couple of abilities due to being a Grave Domain. You get Circle of Mortality. At first level, you gain the ability to manipulate the line between life and death. When you would normally roll one or more dice to restore hit points with a spell to a creature at 0 hit points, you instead roll the highest number possible on the dice. Essentially, what that means is, say James's character is down at 0 hit points. You cast Cure Wounds. You would usually roll a d8. Nope, you just heal 8 plus your wisdom. You don't roll, you just get max.
I like it.
So that's what I mean by nobody ever die ever.
Gotcha.
Also, Spare the Dying, which is a cantrip. It's usually a useless thing, but for you, it's a bonus action and has a range of 30 feet, therefore not making it useless.
Nice.
Eyes of the Grave. You have the ability to occasionally sense the presence of undead, whose existence is an insult to the natural cycle of life. As an action, you can open your awareness to magically detect undead until the end of your next turn, which is essentially 60 seconds. You know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected from divination magic. So it doesn't tell you anything about the creature's capability or identity. It just lets you know, hey, there's 4 undead in this direction.
Gotcha.
So, and you can use this a number of time equal to your wisdom modifier per day.
Okay.
That is the important things. Now for your ability scores. We're going to go ahead and roll and see what you get for your ability scores. Let it thinking. I should turn that off.
Now, is there any documentation that I can have to kind of remember all these different abilities? Because
Yes.
I'm okay. Cool.
So you'll have when we play, you can get on your computer and pull up the Roll20, and you
Okay.
will have access to this character sheet, and it is extremely and easy to use.
Sweet.
I'll show you what I mean once we're done creating the character with how easy it is.
Okay.
Even James can figure it out.
Awesome.
So here's where we choose your ability scores. We had some really good rolls. You got an 8, 13, 14, 14, 16, and an 18. So 18, we obviously won in wisdom because that's what you need as a cleric.
Okay.
That's your big, it boosts your spells and all that other stuff.
Okay.
What kind of person do you want to be? Um,
In
a
what
dexterous
regards?
person, a strong person. Um,
I want to be
you,
okay.
you're
As
Mhm.
far as strength goes and like dexterous, um, dexterity is good, but I don't want to be. If I'm playing a cleric and I'm going to be casting spells, I don't want to be the guy that's going to be face tanking the mobs. So I don't need all that. I'd more want to be dexterity to get away. I want to be able to get away and to
Okay.
dodge, if you will. But
Now
as
here's
far
a
as
fun
strength,
thing. Since you are a elf, you already have a +2 to your dexterity. So if we
okay,
put your dexterity as the 16, it'll become 18. You now have 2 things at 18.
Nice. Okay.
So you are very physical agility, reflexes, balance. Yeah.
Sweet. And
Um,
then on the rest of the roll, I can't really see the rolls very well. So what's my next one, and what are my options
you
left?
got two 14s, a 13, and an 8.
Uh, Strength. What is that all on? As a cleric, I'm not gonna need much strength,
Probably not.
so I'd probably put that as the
It's
eight.
yeah, it's your physical abilities, lifting
Okay.
stuff, throwing stuff,
All
you know,
right. Well, I'm not gonna
that
be
kind of
the
thing.
lift man.
Yep. Uh, I'm sure somebody's gonna be a barbarian because every party needs a barbarian. You need someone with big dumb muscles. So,
Absolutely.
let's see what else we got. The Constitution. So we got 14, 14, and 13.
I still have Constitution is gonna be my health, correct?
Yes.
Definitely want to throw a 14 in there.
Okay. And here's a fun thing. If we put the charisma as the 13, you have a +1 to it, which it becomes 14.
Nice.
So then we can put the last 14 in your intelligence, and you have one very well built character.
I like it. I
That
like it.
I'm damn. All right. I'm gonna have a hard time killing you. Okay. Um, Background, usually an easy one to choose for clerics is acolyte. You were raised in a church, um, that kind of thing.
Okay.
That's a simple one. You don't have to choose that. There is a lot of choices. You can be a celebrity adventurer's scion, the son of a former adventurer. Um,
What's a scion?
uh, like their offspring,
Gotcha. Okay.
or you were part of the city watch, or you're just a straight up criminal.
Do it.
Uh,
Criminal.
all right, all right. I love it. So the kind of things that you then get proficiency in deception and stealth.
I like it.
I like it a lot. You get some thieves tools. We'll also give you just a random click here.
Does that give me
Criminal
an opportunity for like
speciality.
lockpicking?
Yep, thieves tools.
Gotcha. Cool.
And your dexterity is 18, so you know what you really could do just to mess with the other players? You can just act like a rogue and you're actually a cleric.
So that's what I was thinking too.
Huh.
I can be stealthy
Yeah,
and
you're a
still be
super
able to.
stealth cleric of death.
I like it.
This is turning out to a beautiful character. I love it. Okay. Your criminal speciality: blackmailer, burglar, enforcer, fence, highway robber, hired killer, pickpocket, or smuggler.
What does hired killer give me?
Let's find out. Hired killer. Um. So you have a. Well, it's not really telling me. It's just an idea of what your background is like.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um. So you also have a criminal contact. You have a reliable and trustworthy contact who acts as your liaison to a network of other criminals. You know how to get messages to and from your contact, even over great distances. Specifically, you know the local messengers, corrupt caravan masters, and seedy sailors who can deliver messages for you.
I like it. Let's roll with it.
All right. You do have the ability to pick some personality traits and ideals and stuff like that. I kind of just randomly click through these just because they're just ideas. The character is whatever you
Hold
want
on.
it
I
to
think I
be.
lost you. Give me 1 second. Hey, can you hear me?
Yep,
All right. Sorry, I had a phone call come in.
that was
Um.
weird. Yeah, I got all
Yeah.
robotic.
Good.
It scared me. But yeah, so the personality traits, I kind of just click these. He's whatever you want him to be. Don't worry about these.
Okay.
I will this will kind of just help you. I do have you choose the ideal and the flaw. So ideal, honor. I don't steal from others in the trade. Freedom. Chains are meant to be broken, as are those who would forge them. Charity. I steal from the wealthy so that I can give to people in need. Greed. I will do whatever it takes to become wealthy. People. I'm loyal to my friends, not any ideals, and everyone else can take a trip down the sticks for all I care. And redemption. There's a spark of good in everyone.
So I have to choose one of those?
Yep. And you
I,
don't have to stick severely to this. This is just kind of helping get the character in your mind.
oh, I like the one where I'm loyal to my friends, but no, not to any
Gotcha.
ideals.
Gotcha. All right. Bond, click. Uh, Flaw. When I see something valuable, I can't think about anything but about how to steal it. When faced with a choice between money and friends, I'll usually choose the money. If there's a plan, I'll forget it. If I don't forget it, I'll ignore it. I have a tell which reveals when I'm lying.
No, I
I
don't want that
turn
one.
tail and run when things look bad, or an innocent person is in prison for a crime that I committed, and I'm okay with that.
Last one.
Yeah, that sounded pretty petty. So I like to imagine some Karen pissed your character off and was like, you know what, bitch? I'm gonna go steal shit and pin it on you.
Exactly. I like it.
Your videos, by the way, just mwah, love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, so do you want to start out with a mace or a warhammer?
Warhammer.
Scale mail or leather or chainmail? I
Leather.
will say, if you're wearing chainmail, it's harder to sneak.
Leather.
So leather, okay. Light crossbow and crossbow or any other simple weapon, like a dagger, club,
Probably a
um,
crossbow.
little light crossbow, just in case shit gets
Yeah.
hairy.
Yep.
And then priest pack or explorer's pack doesn't really matter a lot.
I go with the priest pack.
Gotcha. What random stuff it gives you essentially. You also get a crowbar, dark common clothes, including a hood and a belt pouch.
Awesome.
Now we get to choose your spells. Um, there's for cantrips. Cantrips are spells that you can do 1,000 times a day. You can do it as much as you want. Um, you
Hey,
already have spare the dying. You just automatically get
hold
that.
on 1 second. I am so sorry. Hold on 1 second.
You're
I
good.
keep getting a phone call. Let me call her real quick and I'll jump right
No
back in.
problem. You got it.
back. I'm sorry.
You're good. All right.
Yeah,
So
my wife is very demanding.
I feel that. My wife is actually very wonderful. She is great and amazing. Just in case she's in the other
Oh,
room listening. Um,
my wife is
yep,
great and
yep.
amazing too, but if she's busy with something and she rejects my call, I'm supposed to understand it. But if I reject her call, she'll call nonstop until I answer. So
Totally fine. All right. So there's the spell, the cantrip guidance. Basically, all
okay,
that does is if you or one of your partners are doing something, you can help them out and add a D4. They get to roll a D4
okay,
and add that to their roll. Nice simple
okay.
thing. Um, there's light. I don't think I really have to explain what light does. But you already have dancing lights, which is also useful for the same kind of
Gotcha.
thing. Mending. Basically, you can fix things. Not a whole lot, but like it can repair a single break or tear in an object, such as like a broken chain link, or two halves of a broken key, or a torn cloak, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
There's resistance. You touch a willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add the number to a saving throw of its choice. Basically, it's kind of like guidance, but for a saving throw. Sacred Flame is a wonderful cantrip to have. Uh, Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target makes a dexterity saving throw, and if it fails, it takes a d8 of radiant damage.
I'll pick that one.
Yep. You have Spare the Dying. Thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy is just a fun cantrip. Um, you manifest a minor wonder or a sign of supernatural power within range. You create one of the following effects. Your voice booms up to 3 times as loud. You can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color. You can cause harmless tremors on the ground. You can create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point you can choose, such as a rumble of thunder or cry of a raven. You can instantly cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut. And you can alter the appearance of your eyes for 1 minute.
I'll take that one.
It's just a fun little thing. It,
It could come in handy.
yeah. Other than that, there's Toll the Dead. You point to a creature you can see within range. The sound of a dolorous bell fills the air. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take a d8 of necrotic damage. However, if the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes a d12 of necrotic damage.
I like that one too.
All right, Toll the Dead, Sacred Flame, and Thaumaturgy. Now remember, we're gonna level you up to level 6, so we'll have more to choose from here in a few.
Okay.
Um, you get, as a glaive cleric, you get Bane. Bane, you can cast it on up to 3 bad guys, and they have a minus d4 to all of their attack throws and saving throws. So
Okay.
every time that I roll a d20 with one of those 3 characters, I have to roll a d4 and minus whatever I roll. It's fuck you DM. That's what the spell is.
Okay.
And you also get false life, which is you get to add a little extra hit points to yourself. So
Okay.
you get those for free.
Okay.
Other spells, Bless, just like Bane, but the opposite. You can cast it on 3 of your friends or yourself, and you get to add a d4.
Okay.
And it lasts for 1 minute. So that's a useful thing. Another ceremony, command. You speak a 1-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, they must do it. Spell has no effect on the undead. if it doesn't understand your language, or if the command is directly harmful to it. Like, you could look at it and say, beg, and for their entire turn, they'll sit there and beg you for whatever. Or, if you wanted to go kind of crazy with it, I have heard of people using the command shit.
I like that too.
That is an option. Yeah.
Explosive diarrhea for year round.
Yep. That's and honestly, depending on the situation and the character that you do that to, they might be out for more than a round, because they might just like, hey guys, I'm gonna go home. Have a great day. I need to leave.
I need some new trousers. I'll be back.
Create or destroy water. Self-explanatory. Cure wounds. I'm sure you want that.
Yes.
It's a healing spell. Heals 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which for you will be 4. So it'll be 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
Detect evil and good. Detect magic. Detect poison and disease. All of those pretty self-explanatory. Guiding bolt. This is the staple of clerics. A flash
Definitely
of
want
light
that.
streaks toward a creature you choose within range. Range is 120 feet. Make an attack roll. If you hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made against that creature has advantage. And thanks to mystical dim light, they also cannot go invisible. Well, they can go invisible, but you'll see them. There's healing word. It's just a little tiny, 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. It's your oh shit healing. There's Inflict Wounds. Extremely powerful spell. Gotta say. Make a melee spell attack against a creature. On a hit, the target takes 3d10 damage.
Yeah, I definitely want that.
Yeah, I had a player nearly one-shot my big bad guy with that spell. Yay me.
You have been warned about how creative James is to DMs,
Yes.
right?
Okay. And I can tell you he is nothing compared to Archeolwolf. This man, I gave him an extremely powerful hammer. I'm talking, it's literally a hammer made by the gods to fight other gods. Dude barely uses it. He instead uses stuff. He's like, oh, hey, there's a tree over here. Sure, I'll chuck that. Or, oh, there's archers somewhere in that direction. I get a handful of rocks and I chuck them. There was one time where he threw a goblin up another goblin's ass. That was fun. So bring it, James. You got nothing on that man. Here's where we can choose your name.
Pick one for me. You can call me Glitterous Babyus or whatever you want. If not, you can just go with Ronan, because when I play video games, Ronan.
We gotta do something with it.
Pettius Maximus.
Yep. I mean, there's someone in jail because of your pettiness. Of course, it's pettiness. Pettius Maximus, also known as Glitter Baby. Anyway, age.
Glitter Baby.
You're an elf. You're probably, if you're out exploring and doing stuff, you're probably like 140. Ish.
Let's go with it. 140 sounds good.
Height, they're usually kind of tallish.
Yeah, make me as tall as I can be. No, hold on, don't do that. Make me like 6'3" or something.
6'3"? Yeah.
Yep. I don't want to be so tall that I'm just like a standing tree out there.
Right. You do want to be a sneakier character. Yeah, let's try and
Right.
hide 7 feet tall man.
Yeah.
Um, James's character is a Goliath. He's 7'2", I think. So, also
I'm
he has
taller
like
than James in
no
real
strength.
life, so that'll make him feel better.
Yeah. Weight. Elves don't usually weigh a lot.
Just pick me a good one.
Let's go. You know what? You weigh 95 pounds.
Dear God, someone's gonna throw me against the wall.
Well, I mean, if you guys have a barbarian with a high enough strength, in one of the games that I play, Captain Dadpool is our rogue, and I'm the barbarian. We have killed 2 dragons by me throwing him at the dragon. So it's fastball special. Let's go. I need a drink.
6 foot tall, 95-pound man. I am lanky as hell.
I know. I'm just picturing this in my head. I need to find a good token. I'll look on the internet.
Like Slender
Or
Man and shit.
you know what? It's gonna be about 2 weeks until we play the game. 2-ish. We're not entirely
That's
sure. Could
good
be like a
because
week.
my computer's in the shop right now, so that's good.
Okay. Well, I just had the idea. If you want, you can go on your TikTok and say, "Hey, here's what my character is like." Somebody draw him, and whatever they draw,
That's a
I'll
good idea.
use that. I'll make that
Yep.
drawing the token.
Okay, I will do it.
Someone draw a lanky ass elf.
Dark elf, sneaky ass tall dark elf.
Beautiful. Eyes. What color are your eyes? You're an elf. You
Green,
can make it
like
weird.
no,
Green?
make them neon green,
Neon green. Cool.
or I call it
And
soul green, but
and
that's
be
either way.
aware, with thaumaturgy, you can mess with the color of your eyes. You can even make them glow.
That's awesome.
Hair?
Black. Can I do black with neon green stripes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Green stripes. I mean, if
And
someone draws it for you, you know,
yeah.
I'm sure they'll have fun with it. And then you got to pick. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who do it. So you got to pick the one you like the most, and I'll make that a token.
Okay.
Skin. They're usually like
Pale.
pale-ish.
Yeah. Like
Um,
a like a like a oh,
kind of like this,
I'm thinking of bluish gray or something. Like a light bluish gray.
light blue
Almost like
gray.
a McCoy. Yeah.
All right. So there is your character. We'll level
Awesome.
them up here in a minute. I'll show you how it kind of works using it. Once it all loads in here. Okay. So here's all your abilities. Different things. Your saving throws are right here. So if I ask for a strength saving throw, you go here. Here's your armor class, which is 17. That's a good armor class.
Nice.
Your initiative is +4. Good dexterity, so that's why. You only have 10 hit points right now, but like I said, we'll level you up to 6. That'll go up. Here's all your attacks. How many times you can use your Eyes of the Grave, and this will help you keep track of like how many times you've done it.
Okay.
And here's all of your abilities. So if you don't remember what Eyes of the Grave's dove, or what they do, click
Mm-hmm.
that, and it'll tell you everything it does. They're all
Okay.
right here. Now say you wanted to make an insight check on somebody. You go here, you simply click insight. It rolls for you. It's right here. You rolled an 18. The reason there's 2 numbers is just in case you had advantage or disadvantage, you would take the lower or higher number according. But
Gotcha.
if it was just straight roll, you just take the left number. If you were rolling an attack, you hit somebody with your Warhammer, you could use 1 hand or 2. You did it with 2 hands. Rolled a 13 to hit, unless you had advantage, then it was 19. And if you hit, you go here, and you click, and it'll roll the damage. Roll 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Warhammer is going to be an oh shit for you because you have a -1. That's a strength-based weapon. If you want, I can actually change it out real quick and give you like a short sword or something you can use your dexterity with.
Yeah, do
And
that.
actually be effective because I didn't think about that until just now. So we
Okay,
will
yeah.
do this. Actually, let's give you. You have a fancy rapier.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a vicious rapier. What this does. There, now you can actually. Now it's +4 damage instead of -1. So here's your rapier. Roll a 20 to hit. Here's your damage. Roll 5. Good. So even rolling a 1 on the damage dice, you get 5 damage.
Okay.
So, if you get a natural 20 with a vicious rapier, you then roll 2d8 instead of 1, and
Okay.
then you double what you roll because it's a critical
Nice.
hit. I need to turn that off because I don't usually have it on. Yeah. So that's how that all works. Right here is your spells. This will help you keep track of how many spell slots you have and all this stuff.
Okay.
If you don't remember what the spell does, you click this, tell you everything.
All right.
Very easy to keep track of.
Looks pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm. And leveling up is just as easy here because we can do it all at once. And level you up 5 levels, you'll get to level 6. Here's everything you get. We'll walk through it. You get Turn Undead. As an action, you can present your holy symbol and speak a prayer to censoring the undead. Each undead that you can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, they are turned for 1 minute. Essentially, that means they are frightened of you. They will move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action to try and escape you. If there's nowhere to move, the creature uses the dodge action. Basically, you frightened the dead. They don't want none of this.
Gotcha.
Harness
I
divine
like that.
power. You can expend a use of your channel divinity to get a spell slot back, essentially.
Okay.
Using second level path to the grave. This is pretty great. Not gonna lie. So essentially, what this does, as an action on your turn, you can choose a creature within 30 feet of you. The next time your ally or another creature hits that cursed creature, the creature takes double damage. Period.
Oh, nice.
Now imagine if that attack also was a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
The damage would be quadrupled.
That is awesome.
So that's an amazing thing to have. Cantrip versatility, you can change up your cantrips. Simple. Destroy undead. Starting at 5th level, when an undead fails a saving throw against your turn undead, if its challenge rating is 1/2 or below, it's dead. It blows up.
Nice.
So skeletons, anything like that, yeah, they wouldn't be able to stand up to you very well. Second level, Channel
That's
Divinity. You can use Turn Undead. Yeah. Okay, so we already dealt with all of that. So you can use it twice. Your Channel Divinity twice a day.
okay.
You can do. You can also harness Divine Power twice. And then you have Sentinel at Death's Door. You have the ability to impede Death's progress. As a reaction, when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you suffers a critical hit. Essentially, if I get a natural 20 against one of your friends, and they're within 30 feet of you, you can cancel the critical hit. I still hit. The damage just isn't doubled.
Gotcha.
So, and you can do that up to 4 times
Like a day or like total?
a day.
Oh,
A
okay.
day.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I said, you are Mr. Nobody Dies. Now here's a choice. You can either increase one of your ability scores. You can increase 2 of them by 1 or 1 of them by 2, or you can take a feat. And a feat can do a lot of different things.
Okay.
If you chose the ability score and you bumped your wisdom up to 20, you would have +5 to a bunch of stuff rather than a +4.
I think I like that better, honestly. What are the feats that I have?
The feats, there is a lot of choices. Tons and tons and tons of choices.
Give me your best recommendation.
Well, one that I did, the one James took, is lucky. Essentially, 3 times a day, you can re-roll a d20. If you're anytime you roll a d20, if you don't like that roll, re-roll it. Or if I roll a d20 and I roll good, you can be like, nope, fuck you, re-roll it. That's something. There is
Okay.
a teleportation, which you could use as an elf. You increase your intelligence score or your charisma score by 1. You learn to speak and read and write Sylvan, and you learn the Misty Step spell, and you can cast it once without spending a spell slot. You can do it once per day.
Okay.
Misty Step, essentially you teleport 30 feet. There is Fey Touched. No, that's you already. Oh yeah. You learn the Misty Step spell, and a first level spell of your choice. Must be from the Divination or Enchantment School of Magic, and you can cast those spells once per day. Kind of nifty.
I kind of think I want to go with lucky because being able to say, "Hey, fuck you, no, let's try again," is kind of petty. So I kind of like that.
You can. Here is another choice though, just in case you want to try it.
Okay.
Actor. Increase your charisma score by 1. When you have it, you have advantage on deception checks and performance checks when you're trying to pass yourself off as a different person. You can mimic the sounds of another person or creature that you've heard for at least 1 minute.
Yeah, I like that. Let's do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Because my charisma
I
score is going to help me out with my whole deception and everything.
uh-huh.
And I plan to be really sneaky, and that's
And
why I
you
was
can
kind of
be
between
super
trickery
sneaky.
and the other one.
You can be super sneaky with that because now you can pretend to be someone else. Maybe that's how you got Karen arrested.
Maybe.
All right, so now we get to choose. My headset is dying. Need to find my charger cord for my headset.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, now we get to choose what spell you would like to have for your higher level.
Is it from
spell.
the original list?
Let me 1 sec. There's the cord. I found it. So I'll actually pull this up here. You'll actually be able to see all of these here.
Okay.
And then here's second level and third level. I will say my biggest suggestion for all clerics is always spiritual weapon. It's a second level spell. Essentially, you summon a spectral weapon, and as a bonus action, you can use it to attack. And you can move it up to, I think it's 30 feet of you. 60 feet. And the weapon could look like whatever the hell you want it to be.
I
You
love
want it to
it.
be a giant fuck-off hammer? It can be a giant fuck-off hammer.
I like it. Let's
One
do
of my players, her spiritual weapon is actually a shark. It's just a big glowing shark.
it. I'll have to think about what mine's gonna be, but I like it.
All right. So that's always a wonderful one to have. Let's do your cantrip here. You also get one more cantrip.
Okay.
Word of Radiance can be good. You utter Divine Word, and Burning Radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that can see you within range. Essentially, every bad guy within 5 feet of you takes damage.
Okay.
It's good to have if you end up in a situation where you're completely surrounded.
Oh, okay. I'll
Or
take that
you
one.
can,
I can go with that.
yeah. Hopefully, you never
Yeah, I'll
get
go with
completely surrounded. But if you do, there you go.
It's always good to have it. Better to have it, not need it, and
Yeah.
need it, not have it.
Yeah. I'll also say Healing Word would be a good one to have, just because that's a bonus action heal. And you can do that from a distance. Cure Wounds is a touch. You have to touch them to use it. Healing Word, they have to be, I think it's 60 feet. Yep. Within 60 feet. It's only a little bit of healing, but it's a lot better than nothing.
Hold on 1 second. I'm picking up an order.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Online order. It's either going to be under Benjamin or Olivia Scott.
Okay. I have an Olivia Scott.
Yep.
I'll go get that for you.
Go ahead. That's why the wife called. She wanted me to pick up food.
Beautiful. Let's see. What would be good?
I like that one you're talking about, the healing from a distance, because if I'm separated from the group and they need a heal, it's always nice to have that.
Yeah. And Healing Word is also a good one to, someone's down. They're unconscious. You simply look at them, tell them to get their ass up, and they get their ass up.
Nice. Yeah.
So,
Let's
and
go
you
with
don't
that.
have to roll. They automatically get 1d4 plus your spell casting. So it would be
Nice.
4 plus 4. They automatically get 8 hit points. So
Nice.
nifty thing to have. Aid. Aid could be good. Your spell bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures within range. Each target hit point maximum goes up by 5 for 8 hours.
Now, if I choose aid or another one, do I lose the healing word?
No. No, you
Okay.
get you can still choose a couple more spells actually. So
All right. So explain aid to me one more time.
essentially you can give everybody 5 more hit points. If you do
So it's an AoE.
if you upcast it, you can then instead give them all 10 hit points.
Yeah, I'll take aid. Give me an AoE heal.
Just an extra so it doesn't heal them 5 hit points, it just gives them 5 hit points.
Oh, okay. But it's a nice little crowd
So
control
yeah,
thing.
it's a thing that you're like, okay, we're about to go in some shit,
Right here,
or
so
we're going on a day of venturing.
that black
I'm gonna
sign,
cast
whatever
this.
it's
Okay. I still like that though because I can at least boot. I can kind of buff people at a distance.
Mhm.
Unless there is an AOE heal I can choose, then I'd probably go with that.
There is mass healing word. As you call out words of restoration, up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within 60 feet of you, they all get 1d4 plus your spellcasting.
Okay, I'll take that one
So
then.
that is your big heal.
I'll take that definitely.
And that's all your spells.
Awesome.
So you, sir, have your character.
And then when we go to do this, I'll be able to log in, like you said, and see my whole character
Mhm.
sheet, all my spells. Okay, cool.
I'm actually going to do this real quick here. Now that I have that made, I'm going to exit game. I'm going to send you the invite to the game. And then all
Okay.
you have to do right now is click on it. It'll tell you to make a profile in Roll20 real quick. It's free to do.
Okay.
And then once you're in the game, I can put the character's sheet in your journal, essentially. What I mean
Okay.
by that is, in here, as a player, you'll go here and click this, and you'll see your character once I
Awesome.
put it in there. Another nifty thing about this, about Roll20, is you will only see what your character would be able to see. Like, here is what this character sees if he goes into this cave.
Oh, that is so cool.
Like, he
So
doesn't
it
know what's
shows a
over
line
here.
of
He has no
sight.
idea. Uh-huh.
I like that. That is so cool.
And look, oh, I can barely see this one. I know one is in there. I'm gonna run in and kill it. Oh shit, there's another one. That's the kind of
Right.
fun things that I can do with that. Um,
That is awesome.
and these, so this one doesn't matter to you. It's just for me. This is your health and your armor class. This isn't your character, so it's not accurate to
Yeah.
you. But say you took 4 points of damage, -4. Boop. Oh, you took 8 points of healing, +8. Boom.
Okay, cool.
It is
So it
that
has my
easy.
health and nice. Now, as a cleric, will I need mana or anything like that?
So the way it works for here is spell slots.
Spell slots.
Um,
Okay.
very easy to understand. Cantrips, they don't use a spell slot. Like I said, you can do them 1,000 times a day, 10,000 times, however many you want.
Mhm.
You have 4 first level, 3 second level, and 3 third level spells.
Okay.
Um, like say if you cast command, you used one of your first level spells. Okay. Now say if you wanted to cast Inflict Wounds, but you wanted it to do more damage. Right now it does 3d10. If you cast it at second level, it'll do 4d10. Or 5d10 if you cast it at third level. You can upcast something. You can't downcast something. Like you can't cast a third level spell using a first level spell slot. You can go up,
Gotcha.
not
Okay.
down. If you're casting, say, Bane, and they have to make a saving throw, I have to defeat a 15. I have to roll higher than meet or beat 15. That's your spell save DC.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you're rolling to attack, like with your guiding bolt, you would add 7 to your roll, is what it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, see, if you're rolling on here, you don't have to worry about what it's adding. It does it all for you.
Gotcha. Okay.
It already added the 7, so it got 25. Then you click here. What level are you casting it at? If I wanted to cast it at third level, boom. It did 20 damage with a single spell.
Nice. Okay. That makes sense.
So it's quite easy to understand. Any word really, you can click it. If you
Nice.
needed to roll initiative, click initiative. Rolls for you. Everything on here is really simple to understand.
Nice.
This keeps track of all of your.
This is a whole lot better than what we used to do.
I've heard. I've only ever played 5th edition, so this is my experience,
Yeah.
and I've heard that this is the most new player friendly system that there is.
Yeah, we had like actual character sheets that we had to fill out, and we had to do the math. Like it was like hand, paper, and pencil, basically.
Well, see,
And
and I have done that too, but then COVID hit, and all my
yeah,
friends, we needed somewhere to play, and we found Roll20, and and then like I said, my buddy went on and bought all the books for me. So when I, as a DM, are choosing stuff for you guys to fight against, I have just over 1,000 creatures to choose from.
that's awesome, dude.
This is the list.
We're sorry about that. You're fine. Ahead and threw it a couple desserts in there for your household.
Thank you. Got some free dessert. Look at that.
Sounded like a nice server. Hell yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, even just scrolling like crazy, I'm still only in the D's. Oh, just got to E. I have options to kill you.
That's awesome. So in this campaign that we're going to be doing, is there like a theme for the monsters, or are you just going to be random about it?
It's a one shot. I did the story last night. I was actually streaming it while I was doing the story, so people that were watching could help me choose what you guys are fighting and stuff. Luckily, I didn't listen to all of them, otherwise you guys would be screwed. But the story that you will know is you guys were hired by a wizard to find a magical crystal ball that was stolen from him. You have to
Gotcha.
find it. We will pick up at a point where you found out somebody has information. They know who has it. You're following that guy. And that is where we will pick up the game.
That's awesome. I like it. A
Uh,
mysterious figure, a mysterious wizard has hired us, and I'm a hired killer, so I like it. We have to get.
mhm. So that is and you've been promised ample compensation.
We'll
So
probably get 2 cold coins. So,
maybe.
question for you also. My old DM was a dick. Like he gave us one day. He gave a. I forget. I might be saying the name wrong. I might be butchering this, but it was called a homunculus. It was a
Homunculus.
never-ending bag. Yeah, it was a never-ending bag, but it would randomly. It had teeth. It had a personality, and it would randomly bite you.
You think that's bad? I've heard of DMs. So a troll can regenerate from a single finger or less.
Oh God.
It can regenerate unless you kill it with fire. Now, there's DMs out there that have had their big bad guy, unknowingly to the players, stick a piece of troll in their bag. And they roll randomly to see when that troll will come out. Could come out when they're sleeping. Could come out in the middle of a battle.
Oh.
It could come out at any time. I can be mean. A thing I like to say is I'll let my players do or at least try anything once. Reason being is anything you can do, so can the bad guys.
It's true.
Like I had a player who wanted to use destroy water on a T-Rex's brain. Destroy the water in the brain and therefore kill it. Sure, she had to roll high enough to be able to do it. And she did. She rolled really good, and it worked. And I said, okay, that's your one time. And she goes, what do you mean one time? Like, because if you use it any more than that, so can the bad guys. And they're like, one time is good. One time is good. Yeah.
I like it. You might have to implement that on James.
Yeah. I've already told him, like, I'll let you try anything once. But if you abuse that, I'll abuse you right back. So
the whole robbing the whole town, or robbing the richest person in town to get money.
yep.
Oh,
Essentially,
I can't
that.
say that I'm not gonna try some shady shit too, because I'm a little petty. But hey, that's part of the game. Is there anything else we have to do to make my character? Or are we good to go?
No, we are good to go, man. We'll
Like I said, I
see.
should have my computer back here. I'm hoping tomorrow. At this
Oh
point,
yeah, you got plenty of time.
I pretty much have rebought every piece of hardware on that thing. One
Oh
part of it
boy.
twice. And they can't figure out what the problem is. Now, for sure, a couple of those parts were dead, which I'm returning.
Okay.
But now we're on a processor. So it's the last thing that in the computer that we haven't replaced. So if it doesn't work this time, I mean, I guess it could be the case, but that makes no damn sense. I'm a computer guy. I'm being sarcastic. I know it can't be the case. I mean, I guess in a weird world, maybe the wires for the switch are bad. I don't know. Um,
A lot of
the
options to screw up there with computers. So
yeah, there is. So hopefully they fix it. But I
yeah.
was kind of very blunt with them today and said, "Hey, you've had this in here 3 times, and it's about 3 weeks of my life, and I make my money off of this computer. And if you guys don't fix it this time, I've been very patient and very understanding. But if you guys don't fix it right this time, you're gonna learn why the internet calls me King Petty."
Yeah. We might get some stories. All right.
Oh,
Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we don't.
yes. Hopefully we don't. But
But if we
we will.
do, I'm not gonna be mad. Just gonna
I'm sure a lot of
throw that
people are
out
not
there.
gonna be mad. But
All right, man. Well, we'll be messaging there on the Discord, and we'll figure out what time exactly this will all take place, and we'll get it done.
all right, man. That sounds good. I
All right,
appreciate your time,
of course.
and I am excited to start this.